Hi there, hello, I'm Regina George from Mean Girls. I'm Ryan George from Mean Girls. So listen, I love trees because they are so versatile and useful. You can climb them, you can steal their children, and they're a really easy go-to when you need to draw something in art class. Not bad, right? So trees are great. We have just established that, Your Honor.
I'll allow it.
Yes, but even though we all have a pretty normal relationship with trees, I have found lots of people on Reddit that have a weird relationship with trees. Because no matter what thing we're talking about, there's a group of people on Reddit that have a weird relationship with it. There are so many tree-themed subreddits on there, you'd think it was one of those NSFWs. I don't actually know what NSFW stands for. I've never clicked on it. I assume it stands for noodles sauteed with frickin' wasabi. Oh my god, that sounds delicious. Maybe I should click on that.
Well, there is a noodle.
Back to Reddit and trees, there are a series of subreddits involving trees that made me go, hey, what are we doing here? First off, here's a subreddit called Trees Sucking on Things. Hearing that, you might think, oh, that must be some Ents from Lord of the Rings getting a little freaky. No, it turns out that's just Reddit's way of saying when something is in a tree's way so the tree starts growing around it. And it is a vibrant and active community. Here's a tree eating a fence. Here's a tree eating a trail marker. Here's a tree eating 3 bikes, which is too many bikes to eat in one sitting, in my opinion. That tree's gonna be shitting spokes. This one looks like it's chilling in a hot tub.
Come on in, the water's lovely. If you feel a few extra bubbles, that's just me adding my own personal jacuzzi.
Farts. This tree reminds me of this one cat. You guys ever see this cat? You guys ever wonder why are this cat and this specific tree so disappointed in all of us? Here's a tree growing around some glasses, but I don't know, this one seems fake. Like maybe somebody slid their glasses in there. It doesn't count as a tree sucking on something if you slide a thing into the tree. That's a whole other thing. That doesn't even count as... Oh, hi, Dad. I mean, I guess it's not technically too late to apply for law school, but why would I have a job? No, it is a serious job. I make videos. It doesn't matter what they're about. This sucking tree looks like the tree's trying to pass through the fence. It's like that Terminator from the second Terminator movie, which I forgot the title of, but it's the one that came after Terminator 1, the one where there's a judgment day. I bet it'll make it through too. Just give it another 500 or 600 years. And when that happens, oh boy, we will all be long dead, so it doesn't really matter. One last picture from Trees Sucking on Things. You know what, I think we're done here with this subreddit, and I might Google law schools later. Don't you talk about my mother that way. Next up, there's a whole community on Reddit called Tree Law. Because Reddit wouldn't be Reddit without groups devoted to esoteric debates over who is legally responsible for stuff. Like this picture. That is legitimately terrifying. Just a tree standing there with a shank. This tree's done hard time at Alka trees. I wouldn't mess with this tree. Its bark is just as bad as its bite. The original poster's question is, I have a 4-year-old that likes to play in our backyard. Should I be concerned? If this is in relation to the homicidal tree, then yes, I think you should be concerned. If this is unrelated to the tree and you're just also asking if you should be concerned that your 4-year-old likes to play in the backyard, also yes. You're 4 years old, Brayden. Get back in front of the TV. On the absolute other side of the tree concern spectrum is this bad boy. The post reads, should I be concerned? No. That was an easy one. You should not be concerned. That is a twig, and the only twigs of any concern to any of us is FKA Twigs. Who is she, and why was she cast in the Crow reboot, and why was that movie so bad, and why does she look like an extra from The Matrix Reloaded? The OP goes on to say that if this tree falls, it will 100 emoji damage my car. Do you think trees die like Looney Tune characters, clutching their hearts and scuffling around dramatically before they keel over? The forestry industry would be chaos. One last bit of tree law. Pics, please help. Oh, I see what the problem is. This tree was stolen, or it's one of those underground trees. Or wait, did they own the tree that was cut down to make this wooden fence? Because if that's the case, they might have a case. The comments on this post are great. This is the wrong sub for this sort of thing. This is for trees, not fences. Yeah, take your fence post out of here. Go back to fence law where you belong. I'm no lawyer, but don't think you have much of a case. Don't think that tree is on your property. Again, I'm no lawyer. Was that guy a lawyer? And is he talking about this tree all the way back here? He is absolutely bending over backwards to give that fence law bastard the benefit of the doubt, and I'm here for it. Even if that tree is nowhere near being here for it. Good on you, lawyer guy. Good lawyer compassion. Here's a group for tree houses. Yes. Yes, I will look at some tree houses. Thank you very much. Yes, that looks great. I want to play in that. Treehouse with finished windows? Yes, I want to read comic books and eat cheese curls in there. Awesome. Good tree fort. Look at the treehouse fort thing. Looks great. I love it. Hello, all. I am currently 5 days post upper blepharoplasty and temporal lift and concerned with the results of the upper bleph. The incisions are uneven, giving me different eyelid shapes. I know some will say I need to wait for a month for a finally healed result, but this is my second blepharoplasty, and compared to results online at 5 days post-op, this is not what I expected to see. Would be grateful for some professional opinions. Thank you. Hey, what? Wow, were they in the wrong subreddit? Honestly, the only way you can make a mistake so bad is if something was impeding your vision, like a botched eyelid procedure. Oh, I figured it out. This one is called Bread Stapled to Trees. What do you guys think this one's about? White bread on an oak tree. Gluten-free sourdough on palm tree. Rosemary sourdough juxtaposed with oat nut bread on a live oak. I saw that at my local brunch spot recently, and boy did it cost $37. This one has to be read like a Shakespearean sonnet. Pumpernickel and a pickle on a pine. With a vine. That's my favorite kind of pickle, pretty big, and my favorite kind of poetry, edible. Here's a crossover post from the fine folks over at Pancakes Stapled to Trees. This is a strange community indeed, but I did find it to be quite wholesome. Here are some of the comments on that sourdough staple job. Well done. Quite tasteful indeed. That's a nice bread. The composition is lovely. You're a master of your craft. This magnificent work highlights the textures and details of a true artist. I will cherish what you've done for us as I work my 10-hour day. May you experience the joy of the holiday season as this has given joy to me. Ooh, that kind of friendly talks makes a man want to staple some bread to a tree. Here's a group for tree trimming, maybe the most insular group so far. Oak pruning. Does this look professionally done? I had my oaks trimmed this past week. Yeah, you did. The cost was on the lower side, but still, this didn't meet expectations. It looks like you found some guy on the side of the road to do this. It actually brings me great comfort that someone can look at these pictures of a bunch of branches and draw conclusions from it, because my brain does not work that way. When my brain sees this picture, it goes, tree. Should I trim this? Tree. Should I do anything with the bottom branch? Oh, tough one. That's a tree. And finally, I found a small community called Trees with Arms. Real arms, not scribbled on using the default image editor on my Samsung. Well, it's crazy how nature does that. This one has legs too. Very strong legs. Wow. All right. I don't know why this was made and posted. It didn't have to be done. You just didn't have to do that. I found a few more subreddits that I didn't have time for, including one called R Trees, and I have to say it was confusing to say the least. There was one picture showing someone holding what looked like a burning stick. Don't they realize fire is the enemy of trees? Why you don't post that kind of thing without a trigger warning? Are you nuts? All right, well that's enough pretending I don't know what marijuana is for one day. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'm now gonna go look up some recipes on how to make some noodles sauteed in frickin' wasabi. Well, that's just a penis. Hi there, hello. Please hit that subscribe button. I am a disembodied head, so you can trust me. You can trust me.